right, guys, welcome to core. Just start on the floor today, and we're going to begin with a little bit of hip mobility. So you've seen me do this a lot. I'm only going to do this for maybe 15 seconds, but feet wide, fingers pointing out to the sides. Inhale, lift your heart to get that nice extended spine. Exhale, both knees say to your left, and both knees to the right. But whatever works for you, doesn't really matter what side. Just loosening it up. You might notice that one knee maybe is a little looser than the other. You might not, but it's not really the knee, it's the hip. But you'll notice that that knee does not maybe touch the ground quite as easily. Just gathering information about our bodies, right? Good, one more on each side. And now I'm gonna be setting up facing the top edge of my mat, and we'll be flipping to the back side. So if you're on a yoga mat, or just make sure you have enough area behind you. So your left shin is forward, your right knee's directly out to the side, but it's all about the ankles, right? So a lot of people like to have their ankles curling in. So have them out, so you're making these 90-degree angles. So true 90-degree angle. Hands on either side of your body. Inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, hinge forward, just noticing, the tightness or the not tightness in your left hip. Come on up. So we're gonna do that 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Notice how I'm keeping my spine straight. I'm not pancaking over my body. Not right now. We'll do that a little later, I promise. 1 more like that. So just nice and easy, right? So now we're gonna flip to the back. So you're just gonna pick up your back knee. You're gonna put your left knee down, or it was your front knee, and just make sure you're in that 90-degree angles on the second side, right? Inhale, lift your heart. Your feet are flexed, by the way, to safer for the knee joint. As you exhale, hinge forward, again, noticing the stretch in that outer hip and glute, sitting on up. You got 2 more like that. Exhale. And coming on up. Nice. 1 more. Nice broad chest, open heart. Now here's the fun part. See if you can lift up your hands and transition to that first side. And roughly, your knees are gonna move a little bit, but try to imagine. Now, if you can, with your hands up, you hinge and up. You got 2 more. If you can't, put your hands down for support. If it's too intense on that hip. 1 more. Nice. Okay, back knee comes up. Flip the knees. You're probably going to scooch off of your mat. That's okay. Hands up maybe, hands down maybe. Hinge. I'm already feeling a little bit looser in my hip already. All right, 1 more time with this on this side. Now we're going to move back and forth. So knee, and if you want to pancake down and go all the way down, great. Come on up at your pace, not mine. Knee. Yes. Lean into it. 1 knee, second knee. Floating. Oh yeah, it feels better already. This is an amazing exercise to do every day if you can, even 3 or 4 times a week. You just play around on the ground if you're watching TV or playing with your pets. All right, 1 more time on that second side, and we are done. That's all I wanted to do today. This little looseness, but you're having to use your core, right, to not use your hands. So all right, so find your area that you're going to be in. Make sure your pillow or ball's close by, but not, we're not going to use it quite yet. Roll all the way down, and we're going to do some cat and cows, but on our back. So it's going to be a, very small essence of a cat and cow. So feet hip width apart. You have a neutral spine, so you a little comfortable space under your lower back. Inhale and arch your back, arch your back, arch your back. So I just blew out my chest. As you exhale, contract your abdominal wall to initiate the tucking of your tail. Use your feet a tiny bit to squeeze your glutes. And then inhale back to that arched position. So this would be cow if we were on our hands and knees. Exhale. We have an essence of a cat stretch here. Do 2 more for me and then we'll really begin. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. All right, neutral spine, so natural curve of the back, right in between those 2 positions. I want you to float your knees up to tabletop, so knees directly over your hips, not in unless you're really struggling with your lower back. But you're contracting your abdominals, but you're not pressing your low back into the ground. We're trying to keep neutral. Very slowly, lower your right toe, a little or a lot. Just it all depends on if you can maintain that neutral spine. And then left toe. Now notice how boring slow I'm going here. So down, down, down. So if you have music on, I hope you do, you're probably going for like 4 beats on the way down. That's how slow we're going. And up. Make sure the backs of your shoulders are softening to the mat. And this shouldn't be killing you. So it should be challenging you to not imprint your low back into the ground for sure. But if you find that you're hyperextending into that cow position, that arch position, then you're not going to touch the ground with your toe. You stop right before that. You challenge yourself, but you don't push further than a neutral spine. Good. Just do one more on each side. Slow and boring. But this is what's really effective. Finish up one more probably. Good job. All right, so we're gonna need our pillow, and you actually have to rock and roll up. And I want to start high, and then we're gonna slowly scooch down. So the pillow, actually, make it more of a ball shape to start. Right at your sacrum, right here. And instead of rounding down over it like we do sometimes, hold onto your shins, your feet are still hip width apart. Extend your spine, so you're trying to have an essence of neutral spine, and using your hands first, just see how far you can hinge back, keeping neutral spine. So I'm not smashing my low back into my pillow or a ball if you have one. You're also not yet, you're not arching over your pillow. So maybe you don't need your hands, but that was just to start for support, to kind of test the waters. Yeah, good. So I want you to inhale, go back to your point of control. You can still control. Exhale, come on up, neutral spine. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more, and then we'll take out the neutral spine. You might be feeling your hip flexors light up a little bit. Yep, that's normal. If you need to take a break, you take a break. This is your last one, by the way, like this. Good. Holding onto your shins once again. Now contract your abdominals down, so you're definitely rounded now. Move your hands to your hamstrings. You'll be able to go further back. Let the pillow or ball support you. Find your low position where I'm already shaking, by the way. My abdominals are shaking, and I want you to lift and lower from your low point. Lift and lower. So if you don't need one hand or both hands, don't use them. But we're staying in the work. Quite a bit of work here. Can you use your feet a little bit? Push down just a little bit so that you can contract your glutes. Or maybe you're hugging your heels towards your seat energetically. Wow, that'll light up your hamstrings and glutes. Belly button pulling down. Remember, if you need to hold on with one or both hands for support. How do you know if you have to hold on? 1, if your back hurts. That's number 1. 2, if you're pooching your stomach out. You don't want to pooch your stomach out. Exhale, navel into spine for 4. You're doing great. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Sit on up. Now check this out. We're going to flatten out our pillows now. So if you have a ball, you just have a ball. You just stay with your ball. But if you have a pillow and you made it a ball, make it flatter so it's not quite as big of a dome. Supporting with your hands. You're going to roll down so that when you lay down, you are arched. So those of you working with a ball, you might not be going all the way to the mat. From here, we're going to work from here. We're working from the bottom up. So you're letting your ribs expand. You're in a little bit of hyperextension. And then you're moving into flexion. If you need to support your head, by all means, put one hand back. But please don't pull on your head. There's no reason to pull back here. You're just supporting. You're getting that hyperextension, a slight extension of the spine, and then trying to get to neutral, right? So we're working the other range, the other end of the spectrum here. People used to like to say this is your top abs. Your top abdominals are working. Well, you don't really have top abs, but you're going to be feeling some more intensity in the upper portion. Inhale, exhale. Yes, 5 like that. 4. Inhale, exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now we have to sort of get off this pillow and ball one way or the other. So you're going to roll on up. Now we're moving your pillow or your ball so it's more under the shoulder blades. This works great with a ball, by the way. And it's your choice. If you try what I just did out with a flat pillow and you want more of a balled up pillow, either one, it's totally up to you. So, because what we're doing here is now we're trying to lighten up on the pillow. So my feet are still hip width, my abdominals are contracted. Now I'm lightening up. So if you have a ball, it's compressed when you're down and you're trying to make it ball shape. So I'm back in flexion again. Exhale, exhale. So we're just doing deep work right now. Nothing crazy fancy. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. You've got 5 like that. Try to lighten up. Get a little higher for 4, like you're laying on a pet that doesn't want to be smashed. 2, can you hold right here? Hold, maybe. 3, 2, just stay right where you are and kind of relax. So your head, especially if you have a ball, it's going to be back a little bit. Careful of your neck, but this should feel pretty good as a chest opener. Right here, inhale, take a breath. Exhale. All right, just roll off of your pillow or ball any way you can to get off of that. All right, we're flat back now. So now we're using the pillow. Now we're continuing with the deep work. We'll take out the pillow in a couple minutes here. So you're squeezing, we're getting our inner thighs involved. You are now imprinting your low back into the mat. Your knees, if they can, be directly over the hips. It's easier if your knees are in, but I want you to fight to keep your knees over your hips. And you're just squeezing the ball in. You can point, you can flex, it's up to you. Exhale, exhale. Your ribs, you can even put your hands there and touch them and make sure they're down. Your belly button is drawing towards your lower back. You can think of a rubber band on your hip points, and that rubber band is squeezing in and together. Yes, so really deep. Your inner thighs are helping your transverse abdominals. Those are the abdominals that run around your waist like a belt. They're really deep. They hold your organs in, so they're helping those guys contract. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, nice. 3, 2, hold right there. Hold, curl up, reach for your hamstrings. Literally hold on to them. Curl your upper body up. You're gonna squeeze your pillow or ball. 1 curl. 1 squeeze, 1 curl. Exhale, exhale. You can look at your belly button 1 or 2 times, and then once you're done making sure your abdominals are down, gaze over your knees. If your neck becomes an issue, you can always put 1 hand back for support. That will add weight though, so it's going to be a harder curl by supporting your head. For 5, for 4, squeeze, curl. 3, nice. 2, hold up, hold up, hold up. Now, release your hands, maybe put 1 hand behind the head. You're gonna curl your bottom half in. I'm gonna put both hands behind it. Bottom half in and lift. Lift and squeeze. I'm still squeezing my pillow or ball. You're trying to lift your sacrum up off the ground. Notice I'm not pulling my face into my knees. I'm keeping my neck supported. 10, lift up. 9, 8, 7, then we take out the pillow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, carefully roll down. Take out the pillow for a second. Feet, soles of the feet on the mat. Exhale, press your low back down. Just do a quick little front side opener. So if you want to go, please don't look if you're going to do a yoga bridge, but if you want to do a yoga bridge, you can. Keep looking straight up at the sky. I really want everybody though to be contracting their glutes and hamstrings rather than just pushing with your feet and dumping your low back. Have a little bit of integrity there in the back body supporting the front body. All right, slowly peel on down. Our knees are coming back up. This might get a little intense. I'll give you some modifications if you need to. So we're starting with both knees up. You're gonna take your right hand across your left knee. So cross body work right here. You're pushing hand into knee, knee into hand. So you're already working. My low back is on the mat. It's already challenging. Breathe, 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 breathe. 5, and then we curl up. 4, 3, 2. Go ahead and curl your head up. Place your left hand behind your head for support. Rotate towards that left knee where your hand is. You're still pushing. Now the right leg, the one that's floating, is going to start with your bent knee, just heel down and up. So you're holding kind of this isometric contraction over here on the left side, but your right leg is moving. So this is level 1. Level 2 is extending your leg down below you and pulling it in, right? So we're just doing a little bit bigger work. By the way, you can always stay with your foot flat on the floor too. You can always do that. 2 more, whatever you're doing. All right, your leg is straight or bent. That's up to you. Hold. If your leg is straight, you're going to take your leg up and down, up and down. If your knee's bent, you're still doing the bent knee work. For 4, 3, 2. Now hold your leg below you. So if your knee's bent, you're just floating the heel. But if your leg is straight, you're floating the whole leg. Now take this right hand, support your head with now both hands. You're still rotated to the left knee. You're gonna rotate your chest to center and then over to left. That's the only movement. If this is too much for your back and you've already bent the knee, it's still too much for your back or your abs, put your foot on the ground, okay? So you have all these levels you can do. Now this is what's gonna happen though. Your left knee is the mover, so you're going to straighten your leg, rotate to the left knee. Your right leg, wherever it is not moving, whether it's bent, or your foot's on the ground, or your leg is out. 5, inhale, exhale. 4, this is it, no holding. 3, 2, and 1, set everything down. Straighten your legs below you. We're doing the other side, but it's still going to be a lot of tension on the whole entire anterior core. So stretch everything out, take a big breath, belly, ribs, chest, and it's hard to take a big full breath with your arms over your head, actually. Nice. All right, set your feet back up underneath you. Second side, team. Exhale your low back into the mat. Go ahead and take your feet up one by one, pointer flex, that's up to you. Now it's your left hand to the right knee, it's the other side. You just start pushing and pulling. So resisting there in an isometric. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Just see if you can keep your low back pressed down. The answer is yes. Fight for that. Even if you have to pull your knee closer, that's fine. Alrighty, go ahead and curl your head up. Put your right hand behind the head. You start maybe moving this left knee. By the way, my left shoulder is rotated to the right slightly, just slightly. Good. So this is level 1. Well, level 1 is actually foot on the ground. So level 2 is this heel moving. Level 3 is extending out and in. So you're pushing down below you, straightening your leg. Nice job. Woo, yeah, it gets intense fast on the second side. So if you're straightening the leg, the next variation is coming up and down with a straight leg. If you have the knee bent, you just keep doing that same movement with the bent knee. You're still rotated to the right. Rest your head in your right hand. I know it's not easy. Just do your best for 3, 2, 1. If your leg is straight, try to hold it down below you a lot. Your left hand comes off of your thigh, so you're supporting your head. You're rotating to the right and center. So if your knee's bent, it's floating, or your foot's on the ground. Those are your 3 choices. With a long lever, though, you can make it harder with your leg lower or higher, make it a little easier. All right, ready? So the right knee is the mover. You're going to straighten your leg out and then curl and rotate right. Bend and straighten. If your knee's bent, it's the same thing. If your foot's on the ground, it's the same thing. Good job. Only 6 more. This is it, you guys, for this. 5, 4, nice job. 3, that is not easy. No hold. 2, you got 1 more. Good one. Boom. Nice job. Put your foot down. Opening up the front side there. That was biggie. So again, looking straight up, not at me if you're going into yoga bridge, but you can just lift your hips up into more of a Pilates bridge, which is fine. Curling your heels to your seat. You have your tail tucked under dramatically. You should feel your quads, your hip flexors open. If you want a little bit more in your abdominals, that's when you push a little bit more. Don't look around though. Take a big inhale when you get there. And then as you exhale, contract your abdominals, start to peel down one vertebra at a time. Really articulating the spine one by one by one by one. Nice, good job. All right, rock and roll over, hands and knees. You know, I can't get through one class without doing tabletop plank, so we're gonna do it. All right, so pillow or ball to start. And then we'll take it out. Hands and knees. By the way, if you have any wrist issues, you can take your mat or a towel, whatever you got near you, roll it up so that your wrists are slightly higher than the fingers. You're elevating the wrists, and that will take some pressure on the wrists, FYI. I'll just keep my mat like that today, but just an option. You can always do fists as well. All right, so make sure your knees are directly over, hips are over your knees. You're squeezing your pillow or ball like crazy. Toes are tucked under. Go and float your knees up right there. And we're gonna go right into obliques today. So go left and right, left and right. Even pressure on both hands. Now notice, keep going. When I lifted my knees off the ground, I did not flatten my back out. So try to maintain the essence of a neutral spine. Let me check you guys out that are with me live. Yes, squeezing the ball. Nice, Jen. Good job, good job, good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, and center and down. Nice work. Take a second, shake out the wrists. All right, we got one more with the pillow. If you got a pillow, you're squeezing it so tight. So by the way, my pillow is super narrow today, so my feet have to be narrow, right? I don't have my feet way out here. All right, so neutral spine, float on up right here. I want it 3 pumps to each side. So I'm gonna go to the right. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna float my knees to the left and go 1, 2, 3. So where the movement comes from though is that bottom thigh. So I float my knees, say to the left, my right thigh is the pusher. And then I float my knees to the right, my left thigh is the pusher. So you're gonna feel that inner thigh a little bit more than the top thigh. Inner thigh, inner thigh, inner thigh, sweep. Inner thigh, inner thigh, inner thigh, sweep. Good. Nice job, you guys. You should feel those deep oblique muscles. Woo! All right, we got 3 more sides, or whatever evens you out. So I'm floating now to my left for my second time for 3 pumps. Last side, I do 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, and down. Nice job. Take that pillow out to the side. Come up on your finger pads just to sort of extend the wrists a little bit. Point the toes in the back. Do one little rounded cat stretch. You can sort of shift forward and back if you'd like. Whatever feels good to you. And then foundation your hands right back down again. You're still in tabletop plank. So from here, it's gonna be the same thing we just did, floating the knees. So go ahead and float the knees, but we're gonna alternate a hamstring, a heel lift to get our glutes and hamstrings. So my right leg just went up, my left leg is going up, and then right, yes, and left. Be really mindful that you don't dump the belly. You're not changing the shape of your spine as your heel lifts. That's the catch. And if you do keep a neutral spine or more of a neutral spine, you're gonna feel a catch in the bottom, in the base of your seat. 8, inhale, exhale. 7, abs in tight. 6, without flattening or rounding. 5, only 4 more. Neutral neck as well. For 3, nice you guys. 2, we're gonna push up into a short down dog right from here, ready to straighten your legs, unshrug the shoulders. Because it's a shortened stance, you might not be able to have like a flat back, like I'm actually deliberately trying not to have a flat back, I'm rounding my spine. So just make it feel good to you. A couple more like that. And float your knees on down. So I'm gonna take out my padded wrist, that's just me, but you can keep yours if you want. And it's gonna be more of a down dog looking position. So more of a true downward dog if you're in yoga. Shoulders are unshrugged, wide sits bones, your gaze is towards the center of your mat. You're gonna alternate now straight leg lift, right and down and left and down. Your feet land hip width apart, hip width, so they're not touching one another. And you're trying to truly keep all 5 of those floating toes pointing straight down. So no external rotation. Only 4 more, that's 2 on each side. 4. And 3. Controlled 2. Hold this left leg up, whatever leg is up for you. Just remember what side you're on. You're gonna shift forward, bring that left knee towards the right elbow, yoga style. Come right back up into 3-legged dog and cross it under. You have 6 more. Inhale, exhale as you really curl under. Lots of obliques today. 5 more. Do what you can do, make it look good. 4 and 3. Nice. 2. Good job, everybody. Easy does it. 1 more. There is no hold. Kicking on up, setting that foot down. Inhale, right leg to the sky, right in the second side, then we'll get off the hands. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Kick. Not too fast. Really having to feel your muscles contract as you straighten the leg. Feeling your abdominals, especially as you bend the knee and rotate under. Abdominals pulling in the entire time, though. You're halfway. You have 5 more. Even pressure on both hands. 4 more. Looking good, everybody. Yes. 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Finish in your 3-legged dog. Exhale, foot down. Take another inhale, and then just exhale, both knees go down. I'm gonna turn and face you now. So you're gonna probably be sideways, but I'm facing you. If you have, sensitive knees, like I'm on concrete, you can pad your knees, because we're gonna be here for a little bit. Technically, we gotta get through this really fast. All right, so we're gonna do side and side. It's gonna be a quickie. Right leg out to the side. Your left knee's underneath your left hip, tuck your tail, so I'm pushing down with my top of my back foot. Hands up by your head. We're gonna do quick sides. Inhale to your left, exhale up. So you're actually working this top side. We haven't done this for quite a while. Inhale over, exhale up. As you come over to the left, tuck your tail, squeeze your left butt cheek, right? You wanna make sure you've got the support from your back side, especially we're doing this lateral flexion. Inhale. Now I'm not pulling on my head, I'm just making sure my head stays back. Nice. We're gonna go 6 more. 6 and 5. Last 4 like this. We'll change it just slightly. 3, we're gonna hold over here. So if you can't hold all the way down, hold a little bit. Your right elbow comes to your waist. You're gonna reach and pull for 10. This is it on this side. 9, 8, good job. 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull yourself up. This is just a mini set today. We're gonna switch out our sides because we've gotta get you out of here. Left leg extends, so make sure you're really pushing down with the top of your right foot. Your tail's tucked under, that's important. My left leg is totally engaged. Inhale over to your right, and then exhale. So you're gonna start to change the concentration from what was your bottom side up to this left side. Good. Inhale, exhale. Try to keep your shoulders a little bit soft, even though your hands are up. The hands are there for weight, by the way. So if this is too much on your back or your abdominals in general, you can put 1 or both hands down. That's gonna ease it up for you. But since we're not doing a full series of this, we're just doing kind of the intro moves. I want you to work a little bit. You have 3 more like this before we hold. And 2. All right, you're holding over. Hold that lean. Your left elbow goes to your waist. You just reach and pull. Squeeze your right glute. Make sure that's firing back there. Good. We got 8 more, let's say. 7, 6. We got some bonus ones, that's okay. 5 and 4. Yeah, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Good job. If you roll the mat, unroll it. You can be anywhere you want. We're just gonna do some quick little opening and you're out of here. So knees wide, heels are together. Walk your hands to the left. Walk your hands to the left. bump your hips to the right and breathe into that right side body. Take some expansive breaths. Like, I want you to feel your ribs kind of spread away from one another, and also your ribs pressing out into your clothing. Even in your back, not just your sides. Nice. Walk your hands to the right or the second side. And again, big old breaths in to your nose, in through your nose. The more you can expand, the more technically you can contract, right? So that more expansion, more contraction, or in this case, it's more relaxation. Last breath. Nice job. Just spin around, have a seat on the ground, any way that works for you. That went by so fast. Inhale your hands to the sky, reach, lift. Exhale your hands to the right. Right hand goes behind, left hand in front, so your spine is still long. Inhale back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale right back to center. And then rolling your fingers and your wrists out on the way down from the planking that we did today. Good job, you guys. Thank you for joining me for this quick, little core class.